love Silverton. It's kind of real laid back. It's kind of, nostalgic. Obviously, it takes you back. It's kind of like, kind of in a way, like reconnecting with a lot of what we've lost over the years with technology, and our lives have become so busy, and so being here in Silverton is like going from fifth gear to first gear,
Silverton itself is this incredibly historic place for races. This is actually my first time ever in Silverton. So the Dirty 30, they put on a series of races. They had one in Golden, and then they have this second race in Silverton. They have a 100-mile, 100K, and then a 60K.
The thing that really stood out to me when I first got introduced to ultra running was the community. You could take all the accomplishments away and strip away all these things we acquire, and it's like the relationships are what really matter.
Gabrielle Grunwald, she'll always be my wife, so she not was my wife, she is my wife. It's kind of bittersweet because Tokyo 2020, now 2021, was supposed to be like hopefully her last hurrah. She'd been fourth at the Olympic trials and just missed London. When she left the sport, she didn't really leave the sport, she passed away, but she was the 10th fastest American ever at 1,500 meters, and she had this great professional career. She also battled a rare cancer through the whole career, receiving different treatments. And then later in life, when she was kind of on chemo, not feeling great running, but still running like the US Championship on chemo, she started a foundation, which I'm now the chair of, but it's the Brave Like Gabe Foundation, and raises a lot of money for rare cancer research, and all that money goes to finding cures for rare cancers like the one she had. For her, it put life into perspective to have this crazy, hard thing put on you that's this incurable cancer, and it made her just kind of push away all the BS in life and say, I just want to be the best runner in the world. And she beat like the best runner in the world heads up in some races, so like she did it. Like, granted, you can't perform your best every day, and she had a lot of other stuff on her plate dealing with the treatments, but definitely made the most out of it. I'd always tell her like it could always be worse, and she hated that, because today, like looking back, it really couldn't be worse. She's not here, but at some point she kind of took that and used it to her advantage, where she was just a dominant force in everything she did, whether it was running professionally, starting a foundation, or kind of being like a champion of, not that you want to be blindly optimistic in life, but if you lose your hope and lose like your faith, like whatever you're faithful in or to, if you lose that, you kind of lose everything. So like the foundation slogan is running on hope. And it's not that we like physically run on hope, but it's like being fueled by hope. Just that there's like a tomorrow, and there's like, when you're here, I think you can't not see it, and like the beauty that surrounds this little town center. A lot of people just get bogged down with life, and you check into the office 9 to 5, and then you just go party all weekend or something, and then you're back to your next week of work. Life is short no matter what, and you kind of get out of it what you put into it. The literal if I filter it down to the most important thing she gave me, she said, like, at the end of the day, like, it's okay for you to struggle, but it's not okay to give up like on the things you care about or want to do.
It was 2017 October. I'd been down in Florida for some work events. Just getting back to Colorado, I was just planning to do a little 12 mile run, like around Centennial Cone. Started up from Mayhem Gulch. Felt like I'd broken a rib, like somebody just like kicked me in the chest. I said, look, I think we better go to urgent, I'll go to a doctor first. The doctor kind of evolved into urgent care. The urgent care involved, we should probably get to ER. So like an hour later, we're still driving, and I'm riding in the back of a car. pretty much collapsed on the ER floor. They took me in, and I've got, pretty much the whole front of the heart was without blood. I was super happy to get back running. I was probably running within about 3 or 4 weeks. It was super tough. Just doing 2 miles, you were just wiped out. I did a 2,000-mile year, the year after the heart attack. I ran an ultra in the UK about 2019. I did the 60-mile, and then I did Run Rabbit Run probably that September. So that was the first big race that I did after the heart attack, yeah. But probably the biggest fear is that you constantly, when's the next heart attack going to happen?
If you have to drop, you may need to stay, unless your crew is there, you may need to stay at that aid station until it closes and you get a ride out. Is everybody okay on that? Yes. All right. And I want to take a moment and let Todd have the floor here so he can talk to you guys about some of the real important medical safety, health stuff for you guys to be thinking about while you're out there.
You never truly know if it's going to happen again.
Is this harder than hard? Harder than hard.
So what do you think? 17 and a halves?
We'll see.
You worried about the heat?
I think initially until we get higher up. So I think once we get higher up, we just got to work through it.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. All right, we'll see you guys up there.
Certainly there's evidence to say that if you push yourself too much, the benefits of exercise start to get negative. Nobody really knows at what point that occurs. I spoke to my cardiologist like 3 weeks ago. She's like, this is a really bad idea. It's like, well, I'm doing it. Have you got any advice? She's like, no, pretty much. Just be careful.
$130. 130, come here. Please. Hello, 130. How's it going? Good. What's your name? Chris. Todd.
After midnight.
Get set!
Gonna put on an expedition. Gonna find what it's all about. After midnight, they're gonna be peaches and cream. We're gonna jump around, gonna act like a bunch of clowns. Better people in the world can be found.
Jim and I, we grew up doing everything together. He was 58, and having somebody just drop dead one day is just, it's life-shattering. But it really made me think about, you just can't take anything for granted. You know, I turned 60 last October, and I thought, why not do something that would be kind of a big push? I saw this 60K, and I thought, this is perfect, 60K at 60. I'm not an ultra runner at all. I really haven't been running in the past few years, but I said, all right, well, I'll give it a go. A couple months later, my brother passed away. To be honest with you, it's been really grueling some days, just getting the shoes on, hitting the trail, crying on the trail. But I've continued forward, and I've had a tremendous amount of support from family and friends. I've got 2 pals that are running with me that have been a gift of this particular experience. They've been at my side the whole time, and that has just been a tremendous amount of support.
Ultra running is really hard. You're always going to come to this place where you think you can't do another step. And your mind is telling you to stop, to quit. And when you choose to keep putting one foot in front of the other, what you find beyond that point, that's where the magic happens.
And it hasn't been easy by any means. I knew it would be a big push. The goal getting here was a big push. But today, whew, what does Megan say? If it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it. She's right.
I lay down at like 3 in the morning for like 20 minutes and just took a little nap at the side of the trail. Gels weren't working, and like just chips and bananas weren't working. Coke was the only thing. 12 ounces of Coke's got 140 calories. So I probably got like 500 calories over 24 hours. I mean, I could have walked it out, but just, you know, you don't want to be slurring and walking off the trail and stuff like that. So I called it.
How many of you sit and judge me? Have ever walked streets of Bakersfield? Then I forgot the song.